So y'all, if you thought Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 13 couldn't get any wilder, guess again, because chilly rumors are swirling and fans are utterly astonished right now. All over some behind-the-scenes tea that just got released, allegedly. Word on the street is that Yandy Smith has straight up refused to film with Erica Mena after a betrayal so ugly production couldn't even keep it under wraps. And here's when things become even crazier. Insiders are alleging that there was a complete scene shot full of tension between Yandy and Erica, but VH1 apparently decided to delete it from the final show. According to a now viral piece making its rounds, the moment was so passionate, so personal, it was pulled to prevent making things look even uglier than they really are on tape. Now Streets are talking, social media is on fire, and fans can't help but wonder what precisely went down between Yandy and Erica that caused Yandy to remark, "Nah, I'm done." Was it something Erica said? Was it something she did off camera? That crossed the line for sure this time. Stay in because we're about to break it all down from the leaked reports to how the cast is reacting right now. So, the story really begins. A few weeks into filming Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 13, things were already tight between Yandy and Erica Mena, not because of anything the cameras had caught yet, but because of some behind-the-scenes excitement that everyone on set might feel. According to insiders, the tension wasn't over past beef. This was something fresh, something that had just recently gone down off camera. Production had been trying to keep things professional, advising everyone to keep their personal troubles separate from the show. However, apparently it wasn't going to be achievable this time. Word is Yandy had just found out about something Erica did. Something so surprising that even her closest friends couldn't calm her down. And while none of it was caught on official VH1 cameras, there was definitely somebody recording as Yandy stormed out of a set location, refusing to go back in. Those who were there stated it all started at a private cast dinner that wasn't even meant to be videotaped. The whole ambience was meant to be informal, just some of the females getting together off-set. No narrative lines, no producers lurking. But that's when, according to leaked sources, Erica allegedly pulled out her phone and flashed several screenshots around the table. The screenshots, given what insiders are suggesting, were private messages between Mendeces and another woman, not just any lady, though, a woman who, according to Erica, had been in contact with her, alleging Mendeces had been reaching out behind Yandy's back. Nobody knows exactly how Erica acquired those screenshots, but the minute she displayed them, everything changed. Yandy wasn't there that night, but it didn't take long before the knowledge made its way to her. The very following day, production was slated to record a group scene with Yandy, Erica, and some of the other ladies. But before cameras even started rolling, Yandy stepped up looking drastically different than usual. No smiles, no light energy. The mood was gloomy. Insiders said as soon as she got onto site, Yandy walked up to Mendeces, took him away, and they had a brief but definitely serious talk over to the side. Nobody could hear exactly what was spoken, but everyone saw Yandy's body language. Tense, arms crossed, her voice low, but sharp. Mendeces held his hands up like he was trying to explain or calm things down, but Yandy wasn't having it. After that chat, Yandy turned around, looked straight at the filmmakers, and declared she wasn't filming. The team was stunned. According to many sources, Yandy made it obvious right then and there she wasn't going to be in the same scene with Erica. She didn't even want to say her name. Word circulated swiftly around the set. Some people assumed maybe it was simply a terrible day that Yandy would cool off after a few hours, but she didn't. Not that day and not the next. Production apparently attempted everything. Private meetings, phone calls, even offering to shoot scenes separately to keep the season moving. But Yandy was steadfast. Show isn't filming if Erica was involved. At first, some viewers felt Yandy was simply being extra, like maybe she was playing it up for attention or attempting to control her narrative on the show. But then came the piece. Out of nowhere, a site posted a thorough post claiming to have inside information on what really transpired. It said there was actually an entire scene filmed with cameras rolling. Audio caught where Yandy addressed Erica directly about the screenshots. According to the report, Yandy stepped into a scene, straight up called Erica out in front of everyone, and things got so heated producers had to get in between them. It wasn't just words either. Reportedly, there was a moment where Yandy got up from her seat like she was about to physically approach Erica, but security stepped in before anything could happen. What's wild is that fans never saw that scene. The story stated VH1 deleted the entire thing from the telecast, and not only for pace concerns or editing choices. The article said it was because the situation was too real. Toro Production didn't want to chance it turning into a bigger problem both legally and personally for the cast members involved. And after that article went public, followers started fitting the pieces together. All of a sudden, many remembered how Yandy had been quiet on social media about that same time. How there were days where she wasn't releasing her customary behind-the-scenes clips or photos from the set. People started probing, rewatching episodes, attempting to pinpoint occasions where things were cut uncomfortably or where exchanges felt incomplete. What made the story extra worse was that neither Yandy nor Erica officially addressed the rumors right away. Both of them were quiet for days, which further fanned the rumor. Fans were in the comments asking both of them directly what truly went down, tagging them under the article links, but there was no response. That quiet made people believe the post even more because usually if something wasn't real, Yandy or Erica would have stepped online swiftly to clear the air. But this time, nothing. Even Mendices didn't say a thing. And that, according to insiders, was the mosteling section? People close to this situation say Mendices was caught completely off guard by the whole event. While he and Yandy had battled with trust concerns in the past, like any couple in the public glare, this situation was different. According to others around them, Mendices frustrated because from his point of view, there was no genuine proof behind what Erica had shown. He apparently kept telling Yandy that the screenshots were phony, that Erica was attempting to stir up drama for the cameras, but Yandy wasn't hearing it for her. Just the notion that Erica would go out of her way to create that kind of chaos into their marriage was enough. Insiders say Yandy felt absolutely shocked, not just by Erica's conduct, but by the fact that production had let things get to that point without stepping in sooner. What's more, folks on site started witnessing the rift between cast members widening. Some folks supported Yandy's side, claiming she was right to stand her position and safeguard her peace. Others felt like Erica was just doing what reality TV stars do, bringing with drama, keeping things intriguing. But for Yandy, it wasn't about the show. According to those close to her, this was about respect, loyalty, and her family. And once she made her decision, she wasn't backing down. She informed producers straight up that she wasn't engaging into scenarios that placed her marriage in jeopardy solely for ratings. Whether it was the real reason VH1 opted to delete the scene, or not, nobody knows for sure. But one thing was clear. The energy on set had altered for good. After that shift on set, things didn't calm down the way some people had expected. Production had hoped that with a little time, Yandy may cool up and agree to come back to filming as normal. But that wasn't what happened at all. In fact, insiders indicate the split simply got bigger as the days went on, where formerly Yandy and Erica might have had brief periods of stress that came and went. This time it felt eternal. People in the cast started selecting sides surreptitiously. Some of the females stayed in touch with Yandy, checking in on her, off camera, while others kept recording with Erica like nothing happened, choosing not to get engaged in the problem altogether. The way insiders describe it, the atmosphere surrounding the set wasn't simply uneasy. It was full-on split down. The middle. There were days where production had to organize to completely unique filming schedules. One for sequences with Erica and another for sequences with Yandy merely to keep the season moving. This meant extra money, extra planning, and a whole lot of worry for everyone concerned. Yet, according to those close to Yandy, she wasn't concerned about any of that. Her concentration was on safeguarding her peace. And she wasn't going to bend just because cameras were rolling. Fans started seeing this, too. People watching season 13 episodes pointed out how unusual it was that Yandy and Erica, two major names, weren't sharing scenes anymore. Viewers were quick to jump to Twitter and Instagram, offering remarks like, "Where's Yandy? Why is she missing from all the group scenes now?" Or "Something ain't right." Yandy and Erica developed serious beef for what? This supposition further drove the leaked piece deeper into the spotlight. Once again, blogs were publishing screenshots, gossip pages were throwing their own twist on the story, and followers were offering their theories in comment sections, all over social media. What made things even more dramatic was the fact that nobody from the major cast had formally rejected the claim. Usually, when bogus news spreads, people get online fast to shut it down. But in this situation, that didn't happen. Both Yandy and Erica stayed mute, as did Mendices. That quiet made the situation feel much more genuine to fans, especially once a second leak came out. This time stating that there were actual contracts involved in keeping things quiet. According to that story, producers allegedly made cast members sign non-disclosure agreements regarding what had gone down between Yandy and Erica, locking everyone into silence to avoid lawsuits or damage to the show's brand. Again, no official confirmation, but the timing made sense. Insiders reported that production wasn't simply worried about the drama between Yandy and Erica. They were anxious that letting too much information emerge would tamper with the season's numbers. If people learned all that truly went on, it may sway public sentiment against the show's creators for letting things get out of hand. Behind the scenes, individuals close to Yandy say she was still unhappy, not just with Erica, but with Mendes too. Even though Mendes had stated that the communications Erica displayed were phony or taken out of context, Yandy wasn't ready to totally accept him yet. Insiders stated Yandy felt hurt that this kind of thing had even come up again. After everything she and Mendes had been through in the past, his legal issues, their long-distance marriage, parenting their kids while he was away, Yandy anticipated better. She wasn't only outraged at what Erica had done, she was disappointed that Mendes hadn't shut it down from the outset, that he'd left room for someone like Erica to even bring that type of energy into their relationship. Sources indicate there were nights that Yandy wasn't staying at home. Apparently, she spent time away either at a hotel or with family, wanting room to clear her head. Mendes apparently tried reaching out many times, calling, texting, attempting to explain himself. But Yandy wasn't picking up immediately. According to many who know her, she needed time to contemplate things before she could determine how to move forward. Both with Mendes's and with the program. On Erica's side, insiders say she wasn't feeling bad about what transpired. From her perspective, she was just being truthful and doing what needed to be done. According to sources close to her, Erica felt like Yandy had been phony for too long, playing the perfect wife on camera while disguising her real troubles. Sources say Erica saw this as her chance to reveal some of it, to shake things up and remind everyone that not everything was as it seemed. What really added fuel to the fire was when fans observed both Yandy and Erica unfollowing each other on Instagram. Not only that, but some of their mutual acquaintances had stopped liking one another's postings, too. It was a modest signal, but a strong one. Followers noticed quickly. Comment sections popped up with people stating things like, "Yandy and Erica, it's real now, and this ain't for TV. This real-life drama." At the same time, Mendes kept his page fairly quiet. He posted regular family content, old photos, and business promotions, but nothing addressing the situation directly. According to insiders, that was intentional. Mendes didn't want to add fuel to the story by making public statements, especially with everything so sensitive behind closed doors while all this was happening. Production continued filming as best they could. There were days when scenes were shot without either Yandy or Erica present, focusing instead on other cast members and side storylines, but the gap was noticeable. Fans watching the show kept pointing out how things felt different, slower, less connected, like something was missing. One particularly observant fan page posted side-by-side episode clips, showing how previous seasons had Yandy front and center in group events, while now her presence was limited to smaller, more isolated moments. Comments under that post echoed the same thought. Everyone knew something bigger was going on behind the scenes. As for Yandy herself, insiders say she spent a lot of time focusing on her businesses and family while stepping back from the show's drama. She wasn't interested in jumping back into the mess just for the sake of appearances. Instead, those close to her say she was carefully considering her next move, not just with Love and Hip Hop, but with her public image overall. Even though there wasn't an official statement, it became clear to everyone watching that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 13 was dealing with a storyline that had gone way beyond what was planned. And for the cast and crew, the challenge wasn't just about salvaging the season, it was about figuring out whether things could ever go back to normal between Yandy, Mendes, and Erica after everything that had been exposed. Insiders close to production say that despite the headaches, producers were still hoping for a resolution. Some kind of on-camera moment where Yandy and Erica could at least speak. Even if it wasn't a full reconciliation. Whether that would truly happen or not was anyone's idea. From what people could see, Yandy was standing firm. She wasn't filming with Erica. She wasn't posting her typical behind-the-scenes video. And she definitely wasn't interested in faking peace for the cameras. The energy around Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta Season 13 had completely shifted. Where the show once thrived on big stage group moments, now it was working around real-life silence and real-life tension that no amount of editing could fully hide. The tension behind the cameras wasn't just affecting filming schedules anymore. It had started affecting how the rest of the cast acted, both on and off screen. Sources say that people who weren't directly involved in the situation, like some of the newer cast members, suddenly found themselves choosing sides just to avoid drama falling back on them. Insiders claimed there were smaller arguments breaking out off camera. Little things about who is sitting where during group scenes or who is invited to private cast events. One small argument between two supporting cast members reportedly started just because someone made a joke about Erica and Yandy's feud, and another person didn't think it was funny. The mood had shifted to where nobody really knew who they could trust anymore. But the one thing everybody seemed to agree on was that something had happened that couldn't be ignored. Whether people sided with Yandy or Erica, everyone on set knew this wasn't some fake storyline cooked up by producers. Insiders described it as real emotion, real silence, real anger, and real distance. And what made it hit even harder for viewers was the fact that the show didn't openly address it in episodes. Scenes aired as usual, focusing on other plot lines. But fans watching at home were noticing the gaps more and more. The editing started looking choppy to those paying attention. Group events felt smaller, even scenes that used to show Yandy giving her usual commentary in those private confessionals seemed fewer and far between at this point. More articles started coming out building off that original leak. Blogs and fan pages were reporting on Yandy's refusal to film with Erica as if it was a confirmed fact. Now, they pulled quotes from unnamed insiders, talked about contracts being rewritten, and even suggested that Yandy might be negotiating a new deal where she could continue filming.